Buried under the dirt and stone of our world are secrets that rewrite everything, not just history books, but everything we thought we knew about who we are. Some of these discoveries sat hidden and forgotten for thousands and thousands of years, and when they finally came to light, they shook entire civilizations to their core. We're talking about tombs that should not exist according to any official record, cities swallowed whole by the earth that nobody even believed were real places, artifacts so advanced they make you seriously question the entire accepted human timeline. Honestly, some of this stuff even the world's top historians still cannot fully explain. And the craziest part of all, most of these discoveries happened completely by accident. A farmer plowing his field, a kid playing in a cave, a random construction crew, and what they uncovered changed the story of humanity in ways nobody saw coming. Trust me, the further we go into this, the more unbelievable it gets, because some of these discoveries did not just rewrite history, they buried careers too. Governments got involved, evidence got locked away, and questions got silenced very fast. So if you think archaeology is just dusty old bones and broken pottery, think again. If you want to keep uncovering the hidden truths that mainstream history tries to skip, hit subscribe on History Lab right now. We're the channel that goes where most history shows are too afraid to go, and what you are about to hear will absolutely change how you see the ancient world. Let's start in 1974 in central China, and a farmer just wanted water. He was digging a simple well when his shovel hit something hard and hollow underground. What he found beneath the soil was one of the greatest military secrets ever buried. Thousands of life-sized terracotta soldiers, each one with a unique and individual face. We're talking about over 8,000 clay warriors standing in perfect underground formation. This was the army of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, hidden for over 2,000 years. And here is where it gets really disturbing. The emperor was buried right alongside them. He believed this clay army would protect and serve him in the afterlife forever. The scale of this thing is almost impossible to wrap your modern mind around completely. Each soldier was painted in vivid color, armed with real bronze weapons and real crossbows, and archaeologists believe they have only uncovered a fraction of what is still down there. The tomb of the emperor himself has never been opened, and that is not an accident. Ancient texts describe rivers of liquid mercury flowing through the burial chamber like actual rivers. Modern testing actually confirmed dangerously high mercury levels in the surrounding soil right now. So the greatest discovery in Chinese history still has its deepest secret fully locked away. Now let's jump to 1799 in Egypt, where a French soldier was doing routine construction work. His pickaxe struck a large flat stone with carvings covering every single visible surface. That stone turned out to be the Rosetta stone, and it cracked open an entire lost language. For centuries, nobody on Earth could read ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. Nobody, not even experts. This one stone carried the same message, written in 3 completely different ancient languages. Scholars used the Greek section they understood to decode the hieroglyphic section they did not. Some of the stories carved into those ancient walls turned out to be far older than expected. Stories about gods, floods, and creation that appeared in the Bible and other texts too. The overlap was so striking that it forced an entirely new conversation about religious history. Nobody expected to find anything significant there because it looked like a completely ordinary hill. But under that ordinary hill sat Göbekli Tepe, and it destroyed everything we thought we knew. This was a massive, complex, organized temple site built before farming even existed on Earth. Think about that. Humans built an enormous ceremonial monument before they even grew their own food. The official story always said civilization came first, then religion and monuments came much later. Göbekli Tepe flipped that entire timeline completely upside down and threw it out the window. Massive stone pillars, carved with animals and symbols, arranged in perfect circles underground. And here is where it gets really disturbing. Someone deliberately buried the entire site on purpose. Whoever built Göbekli Tepe intentionally filled it in and covered it up around 10,000 years ago. Nobody knows why an advanced ancient society would bury their greatest monuments so completely. That deliberate concealment is one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in all modern archaeology. Some researchers believe it was a ritual act, a secret ending to something deeply important. Others think something happened, something big that forced them to hide it forever underground. But the truth about ancient discoveries is far darker and more complicated than you think, because not every great find gets celebrated. Some get suppressed, buried, or quietly ignored. In 1908, workers in Crete found a small fired clay disc covered in mysterious spiral symbols. The Phaistos disc, as it became known, has never been successfully decoded by anyone on Earth. Over a century of attempts, and the world's best linguists still have no confirmed answer. Some researchers have been laughed out of academic circles simply for proposing radical interpretations. That is how threatening a single unreadable object can be to the established version of history. Now let's talk about the Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered in 1947 by a young Bedouin shepherd boy. He threw a rock into a cave and heard the sound of clay pottery shattering inside it. Inside those jars were the oldest known manuscripts of the Hebrew Bible ever found anywhere. These scrolls were roughly 2,000 years old and had survived in near-perfect condition. The discovery immediately sparked fierce debates inside religious communities all around the world, because some of the texts described beliefs and stories that did not match official religious doctrine. Certain scrolls were kept from the public for decades, controlled by a very small group of scholars. Full access was not granted to the broader academic community until the early 1990s. And here is where it gets really disturbing. Some fragments still have not been fully published. The argument over what those scrolls say and mean has never fully stopped, not even today. Let's not forget the lost city of Pompeii, frozen in time by the fury of Mount Vesuvius. In 79 AD, a volcanic eruption buried an entire thriving Roman city under 20 feet of ash. When excavations began in the 1700s, they found people, food, art, and graffiti perfectly preserved. And that graffiti, scratched into walls by ordinary Romans, was raw, funny, and deeply human. Pompeii did not just reveal ancient architecture and fancy temples for wealthy and powerful citizens. It revealed what regular people ate for lunch, who they loved, and what they wrote on walls. One inscription found on a bakery wall roughly translates to complaints about a terrible neighbor. Trust me, 2,000 years later and people have not changed even slightly in that department. Every single one of these discoveries carried a warning that we almost missed completely. The warning is that history is not a finished story sitting quietly on a dusty shelf somewhere. It is a living, breathing, constantly shifting puzzle with thousands of missing pieces still underground. Every shovel that breaks the earth could rewrite what we think we know about human civilization. And the people who made these discoveries were not always famous professors with research grants. They were farmers, shepherds, soldiers, and children who simply looked where others refused to look. That is the real lesson buried in every single one of these extraordinary, world-changing finds. The greatest truths about where we came from are still out there, waiting for someone to find them. And History Lab is the place where those truths get told without filters and without fear. If this video changed how you think about history, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment below telling us which discovery shocked you the most. We read every single one, because the hidden story of humanity is just getting started, and you do not want to miss it.